Hey, so as you can see by the title, I am now 3 months on testosterone. So I just want to say sorry that this has gone up late. My 3 months was technically Tuesday, it's now Thursday. I meant to film on Tuesday and I just didn't end up doing it, and then Wednesday I kind of procrastinated, and then I'm finally making myself do it today. I'm in my dressing gown because I'm not going anywhere. I don't really want to put on my binder. It needs washing as well, so I don't want to put on my binder and put on a t-shirt just to film. I've got the motivation now, so I'm just taking the opportunity because I'm struggling with motivation at the minute. I need to get into a proper routine. Yeah, it's just a bit of a struggle. We're not very late. 2 days shouldn't make a difference. We're fine. So yeah, first thing, nice little development in how things are going. I had my first at-home tea shot 2 weeks ago. Exactly 2 weeks ago. I'm due another one in a week, which I'll speak about as well. But yeah, so I had the first one at home, done by my dad. If you watched the first video of me starting tea, and I don't know, I probably mentioned it in my 1 or 2 months. But we're doing the injections at home. I'm afraid of needles. I've got a phobia of needles. I can tolerate them now, so I can get injected as long as I don't see it and as long as it's fairly quick and it's over with. But I can't inject myself because if I see the needle, I will pass out. So my dad's doing them for me at home just for the convenience of not having to get a doctor's appointment every 3 weeks, and it's just a lot easier. I will say that it was the first one at home. I was a little bit nervous. I thought I'd be alright, and it was only until like a few hours before I started being a little bit nervous, and then I got ready for it and I'm like, right, cool, Dad, are we going to go and do my injection? He's like, yeah. And then they were doing something, so it was like half an hour after that we actually did it, and I think I psyched myself out a little bit. I was just thinking about it a lot, so I was nervous for it, and then when he did it, I was trying to keep wiggling my toes like the nurse has said because it helps to relax the muscle. When he put it in lower than he normally does, and I think that's maybe why it hurt a bit more. It hurt quite a lot, it just stung, and I wasn't expecting it to hurt, so I tensed up immediately, and then I couldn't like relax my muscle after that, so it just kind of shocked me, and yeah, I ended up crying. I'm not proud of. It's the first one that I've cried at, and you know, at least it was at home and not in front of a nurse. But yeah, it was just the shock, and I was literally fine 2 minutes after. I just cried down laughing after I cried. I was laughing while I was crying because I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I know how irrational it is. It's fine, it's a bit of a pain, but that's why it's called an irrational fear. It doesn't really have to make sense, does it? So yeah, cried. My pansy. But yeah, other than that, it's fine. Yeah, I said that the injection every 3 weeks because my dose has just been changed. It was 250 milligrams / 1 milliliter of Testosterone every 4 weeks. The GIC wrote to my GP to ask them to prescribe it because even though my GP had said that they would prescribe, which I think I mentioned in the last update, they didn't put it in writing, so the GIC just wanted to get that in writing and say, hey, can you please prescribe this, and just make sure that they knew what they were doing. And when they sent the letter, it said every 3 weeks. So I was like, I just had bloods done, so I was unsure whether or not they'd changed my dose to every 3 weeks instead of 4 weeks and put it on the letter, but for some reason just not told me, or if it was a typo on their end, because when I first got my letter asking my GP to prescribe, they put in a video instead of Testosterone, so I was kind of like, oh, maybe it was just another typo. I rang up and they said no, my dose was changed. Apparently my levels were a little bit low. They were at 5 when they did my blood test, and they wanted to be between 8 and 12. So yeah, a little bit on the low side, so they just made my dose every 3 weeks instead of 4. Again, I don't like getting injected, so getting an injection every 3 weeks instead of every 4 is not ideal, but my T level is going to be in right range. Cool. Also makes me wonder a little bit about whether, like, when my T levels get up to like the range that they want them in, whether or not changes will happen faster. They've not been going, well, I don't know if they've been going slow or quick, to be fair. They've been alright. I'm not unhappy with how fast they've been, but yeah, it just made me wonder a little bit, so maybe things will go faster if my levels are going to be where they want to be. But yeah, so now that I've rambled at you for a while about getting it done at home and my dose being changed, I think we should probably get into the changes. So there haven't been that many, but we'll just get into them. So honestly, the main changes have just been to do with hair. I think I mentioned last month that I'd got like a little bit more leg hair. Not loads more, but there was some blonde hairs on my lower leg that were kind of joining up and covering the bald patches that I had before. And I had some sort of like little thigh hairs coming in. Well, this month thigh hairs definitely come in. It's not thick and curly like it is on my lower legs, but it's black and there's a good amount of it. And I was quite surprised. I took the picture of my leg after my dad did my t-shirt because I had a little plaster on it. But when I took the photo, I was like, whoa, you can like proper see all my thigh hair. And I'd not really looked before then, but when I like pulled my shorts up for my dad to do the injection on my leg, I noticed then as well. and there's quite a lot of it. Like, I had zero thigh hair pre-T, and yeah, it's just a little bit weird having thigh hair now. Again, my lower leg hair has kind of started to connect up a little bit. In some of the bald spots, I have a few quite long black hairs, so they're starting to fill out a little bit, so that's cool. But yeah, the main thing was just my thigh hair. It kind of took me by surprise a little bit. I am starting now to get like a slight bit of belly hair, like what I call a crab ladder, which, yeah, it's a thing. And the one thing about body hair is like leg hair and arm hair and facial hair, cool, really happy about that. I'll take that. That's the things that I like and I want. Belly hair, I mean, a crab ladder's fine. I'll take a crab ladder, it's not bad. Lots of stomach hair, a little bit of chest hair. I mean, I don't pay attention to my chest, so that's more of a, I don't know if I'd like that until I get top surgery. But a lot of belly hair, a lot of back hair, and a lot of chest hair, I'm not into. My torso, I kind of just like to be kind of bald. But there's not a lot of it anyway. It's like, it's just starting to come in, so it's like a little bit dark, but it's not like black. And there's not loads of it, but there's a little bit there, and I just noticed it. Hopefully that'll just stay in that area and won't spread across like my whole torso. That's not great, but we'll take it when it comes, and there's always, you know, hair removal that we can do. And again with hair, I think the hair on my arms is starting to get a little bit darker. Not massively so, it's not a massive change. I've just kind of noticed that it just seems darker, because before it was quite light. It wasn't completely blonde, you could see the hair, but it wasn't really dark. I don't know if it's getting any longer, but like I say, it just looks a little bit darker. And it's not massively so. And then last thing for hair is the hair on my head. I think it's starting to get a little bit thicker. Again, it's not like a massive noticeable thing, but I've noticed that when I get out of the shower, the thing is when I wash my hair goes like a puffball and it just sticks up everywhere and I can't do anything with it. So I don't like washing my hair, like getting a shower just before I go somewhere, because it sticks up. I'd rather like wash my hair the day before, and then the next day it looks alright, and then the next day after that it starts to get greasy in it. But lately I've noticed that it just sticks up more, and it's a lot harder to stick down, and it just seems a little bit thicker. I don't really know how to describe it. I've just got my hair cut, so it looks a lot better right now, and hopefully it won't stick up as much, because like the sides have been trimmed down and stuff like that. But yeah, so hopefully it won't stick up as much, but I just noticed that it just has been sticking up loads, especially after I first wash it, so maybe it's getting thicker. I don't know about receding hairline. I keep looking at this bit of my hair. My hairline receding a little bit is fine with me, because all it is following sort of a male hair pattern. I've never really thought about going bald, but just a few times I looked at my hair and I'm like, is it a bald patch? And I don't know why, it's just like I'm 3 months on T. Don't think it's going to happen this quickly. And at the end of the day, if I go bald, it's sort of course, but like, I'd rather be bald and have the changes from T than have hair and always be like I was pre-T. So I mean, I know I'm not much different now, but you know, future-wise, I'd rather be bald and have had puberty, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so they're basically the biggest things that I've noticed, and it's mainly all to do with hair. So I guess month 3 has just been a hairy one. And the last 2 things are just spots. They're still there. I don't know if they've got any, I don't think they've gotten any worse, but I've noticed that a lot of them, like down, because they tend to be just like kind of around my mouth and my neck area. They start spreading on my forehead, and that's been annoying because they've been getting more cool. But like here on my neck and stuff, you can see all the little marks, and it looks like loads of spots. But what it actually is there's loads of marks, and it's like they're marks that have been left over from when I've had spots, but they're not actually spots. So it makes the spots look worse than they are. Because if them marks one day, you can just see like the few spots that I do have. Like that one's really annoying. But yeah, so I don't know if that's a thing. If it is there a way to get rid of the marks? But is that a thing that people get, like marks from spots that are no longer spots? Maybe I'll have to look into that. But if you get that and you know of a way to get rid of that, let me know. It's not massively annoying me, it's just I've noticed it and it's like, why is that there? Surely if the spot's gone, there shouldn't be a mark left behind. It's like it stained my face. And the last thing is a bit weird. I've noticed that my feet smell more. My feet never really smell. Like if I was walking around all day and I had thick socks on, then my feet would start to smell a little bit. You know, I'd take them off and I could, you know, kind of get a whiff. But I've never had really, really smelly feet. And just lately when I go to work, like, I mean, I walk to the train station to go there and to come back, and that's a 20-minute walk each way. And obviously I'm walking around at work and I have to get to work from the train station and stuff. So I'm walking about a bit, but I'm not walking about loads. And I get a bit sweaty generally. You know, I sweat generally, but I don't sweat massively at work. I don't know, I feel like that must be a T thing, because nothing really has changed in terms of, I'm not doing loads of exercise, I'm not sweating more than I usually do. I'm sweating the same amount, I think. But yeah, my feet just smell more, which is weird. I don't want to be one of the people that has to keep the socks on all the time because my feet stink. Oh, and I think, I'm not sure, I did mention last update that my moustache has got darker and it's a lot more noticeable now, like in the mirror and in photos, and you know, just generally in person, people have noticed that it's gotten a lot darker. I don't know if it has gotten darker this month. I feel like it has. It may well have done. Again, I don't really look at pictures of myself before to be able to like go, yeah, that's definitely changed. I need to start looking at photos before I film these videos. But yeah, I've just, in pictures especially, I've just noticed that it's pretty much always quite visible. Whereas like last month, it was visible a lot more in pictures. You couldn't always see it really clearly, but this month I just seem to always be able to see it in like everything, so that might have gone darker. I'm quite happy about that. I just want the rest of my face. I've definitely got more peach fuzz. Again, I don't know if I've got any more from last month, I've not noticed. But yeah, I just want the peach fuzz to start turning into actual facial hair. Even if I just have like a crap little soul patch or a goatee, I'll take it. Like, I'm not fussed. If I have crap facial hair for a year, I'll take it because it's facial hair. But yeah, I think that's actually it now. I'm gonna stop rambling. If you like the video and you like me rambling, give the video a thumbs up. Also, subscribe down below to see more from me, because I do make videos. Sometimes they're not really weekly. Yeah, I need to get into a routine. I'm not even going to say that I'm going to be uploading more, because right now I don't know. Like I say, with work it's kind of hard to get into a routine, and I'm just struggling with motivation at the minute, so I'm really trying to just get general things sorted. But I'll be uploading when I upload. You'll definitely be getting the monthly tea updates and the buy me giveaways in the very least. Also, you should follow me on social media if you don't already, because I might not post really regularly on here, but I do spend a lot of time on Instagram especially. Twitter, I am on quite a lot. Facebook, well, I have a Facebook page which I don't update as much. You can message me on the page. But yeah, Instagram's probably the best place to get me. Make sure you follow me on there. All of them are all JCJennyFTM. If you want to keep up with things and see what I'm doing or chat or see what I'm posting and stuff, then do that. But yeah, I'm going to go and get something to eat because I'm starving. So thanks for watching, come on my journey, and I'll pass you in the next video.